A draw against West Bromwich Albion isn't the kind of result that fits the bill for Liverpool, but that's how the game went as we drew our 11th game of the season. And right now, we are placed at number third in the league table with our rivals Manchester United just above us with a game in hand and a lead of 3 points. So, welcome to episode number 14 of the Football Podcast at Anfield Red. I'm Iranik, and let's talk about our game against West Bromwich Albion, how it went, and how much we learned from that game, which ended as a draw and against the side which is placed at number 20 in the league, that is bottom place in the league table. Yes, it was a great day to see Ant Danning scoring plus finding out the weak areas we have and we can address them in the next season. So let's focus on analysis part about first half. Yeah, it was a good half, but defense wise it was really poor, especially if you talk about our fullbacks, that is Joe Gomez on the right back and Alberto Moreno on the left back position. They didn't look like even performing on average. They were beaten once Moreno got beaten on the left wing by Phillips. It was Phillips of West Bromwich Albion who beat him by physicality of his. So it wasn't a great sight to see. And defense wise, both the players were struggling, so it's good to know that we are having issues with these two players on those on the fullback positions, and hopefully we can really improvise on that, or maybe sign new signings in the next season. That we will see what happens in few months from now. Talking about Dannings, it was really great to see him score after 1.5 year for a person who suffered a knee injury twice. First time he suffered on his one knee, next time he suffered on his other knee. So it's really good to see him scoring after such a long time. And it was early goal for us in the sixth or fourth minute of the game, with a brilliant pass from Mane and the ball which was held by Gini Wijnaldum, and Dannings just scored it. So that was a perfect start for us in that game. And for the whole first half, yes, we held on to the lead, but it looked like the pair of Clavan alongside Virgil van Dijk isn't the right fit for Liverpool. So it wasn't a perfect combination at the back, and maybe that uh, ha- uh, made the game slip away from us. Though Lovren came back in the second half, but that didn't help either. So yeah, we could have won the game, which we could have won. We drew and we dropped 2 more points. Uh, so that's how things went in the whole game. Now talking about the second half, it was amazing to see Salah breaking equalizing the record of Cristiano Ronaldo, Luis Suarez, and Alan Shearer, that is of 31 league goals. And by the time you will be hearing this podcast, I think Salah might just win the PFA awards for the Players Player of the Year award. So he's having phenomenal season, we all know, and he's playing some really quality football. And we can only hope that he goes on to break Jan Rush's record of 47 goals in a season and maybe earn the prestigious Ballon d'Or award. That only time will tell. And yes, we had three chances in this game, three changes in this game. Sorry, not chances in this game, but out of those three changes, only one shined. That is Danny Ings, and Moreno and Gomez were the disappointments. I was really hoping that Klein will get a chance in this game, but it was really shocking to see that Klein wasn't fielded by Klopp. And why I wanted Klein, because Gomez has been making mistakes time and again, and after recovering from injury that he suffered, he again made a mistake in this game. So it wasn't really a pleasing sight, and wasn't a wonderful display from Joe Gomez at the right back position. So we really need someone, maybe a new signing, or if Klein comes back to his prime form, that would be just perfect. And maybe Joe Gomez can learn something from him. Talking about Van Dijk and Lovren, the first goal that we conceded in the last 15 minutes, where we were leading by 2 goals to nil. We The Van Dyke, the jump by Van Dyke that led West Brom to score the first goal, that was so wrong. The ball went over his head, and which allowed West Bromwich Albion to score the first goal through a corner. So Van Dyke doing that sort of mistake, that doesn't look really pretty. And talking about the second goal that we conceded from the free kick, Lovren also missed hitting a head on that ball. He couldn't read the run of the West Brom player, that is Rondon, who scored that goal. So our both the goals that we conceded were really sloppy, and we could have won the game. Also talking about that penalty call in the first half, I think it was second half. Sorry, it was the second half in which Dannings was brought down inside the opposition's penalty box, which could have went our way, to be honest, because he was pushed down by the player, by West Brom player, and that could have really made the difference. You can argue about it, but we can't change what has happened on the field for now. So yeah, we can also we can look forward to win to finish in the top four. That's for sure, because right now we need 4 points from three games, and we don't think Chelsea will be able to keep winning their remaining games. Yes, we have a game against Chelsea that could be a deciding factor, but getting 4 points from three games is doable from our team who are performing brilliant football right now, and we are in the semi-finals of the Champions League as well, the game which we will be playing on 24th at night. So yeah, we have a game against Roma on 24th, and that's all uh, I had in this podcast segment about our game against West Bromwich Albion, which we should have won. But all but hats off to West Bromwich Albion. They hired a new manager, and under him, they defeated Manchester United, and now the trio against us. Although, even though they are going to get relegated, but that's inspiring performance from a team who just hired a new manager. So that's all I had in this podcast. If you like it, then hit the like button, and please subscribe to the channel if you appreciate the efforts that are being put behind in this broadcast. And I promise to bring better and better content in the future podcast segments. So until then, take care. I will catch you soon.